So Pakistan may be worried about its own army, but Russia is concerned about a private army, the Wagner group. We told you about their short-lived rebellion and how the Wagner chief was exiled to Belarus. As we speak, he happens to be in St. Petersburg in Russia. Not sure what he's doing there. But we can tell you what Moscow is doing. They're going after his troops, and that too in Syria. The Putin-Prigozhin fight may have started in Russia, but its new battleground is Syria, a country that has been in the grip of a civil war for more than a decade, but this one could be deadlier. You see, Wagner forces were everywhere. Syria, Sudan, Mali. They had a strong presence in West Asia and Africa. They still do. And all this while, they did Moscow's bidding. They kept a grip on troubled regions. They countered Western influence here. And Syria was one of their first operations abroad. It began in 2015. That's when Wagner deployed its mercenaries to Syria. They fought alongside Syrian forces. They also controlled oil and gas fields in Syria. Basically, Wagner helps President Bashar al-Assad. He keeps his power, and Russia gets influence in West Asia. This is the arrangement. But when Wagner launched a mutiny against Putin, Assad was jittery. Russia sent its diplomat to Damascus. They assured President Bashar al-Assad. On June 26, the Russian deputy foreign minister arrived in Damascus. This was an unscheduled visit. What did he want? He reportedly asked the Syrian government to not let Wagner fighters leave the country, and soon a crackdown began. Wagner offices were raided in 3 places in Syria: Damascus, Hama, and Deir ez-Zor. Their fighters were reportedly arrested. Reports say a prominent Wagner recruiter was also rounded up. His Russian translator was also arrested. Now, all of these were reports by Western and Arab media. What did Wagner say? Nothing officially, but on their Telegram channel, they denied the arrest of their fighters, although they did not deny the raids on their offices. So what exactly is Moscow's grand game plan here? Will it arrest Wagner fighters? Will it replace them with Russian forces? At this point, we don't know. Replacing Wagner fighters is not going to be easy. It will take time. So is the answer another private army? Well, after that mutiny, Moscow would be wary. Also, when the rebellion happened, a lot of countries condemned it. They expressed support for Putin. Guess who did not? Syria. No statement from them. After all, Assad depends on the Wagner forces. He could not have spoken against them. Wagner also has investments in Syria's oil and gas sectors. It has oil extraction contracts, even oil fields located north of Damascus. According to Russian media, 2 companies are controlled by Prigozhin. In 2018, these companies earned $20 million a month. So what happens to them now, the companies in the oil fields? Removing Wagner fighters would put them at risk. You see, Wagner fought the ISIS to capture them. They can't just be left without any protection. And Syria knows that. So does Russia. So going forward, 2 things could happen. 1, a power vacuum. If Moscow removes Wagner and cannot replace it, other players will enter. That means more instability and more fighting, which is bad. But the other scenario is far worse. Uncontrollable mercenary groups. The Wagner group can turn into a Hydra